Cheers.
Cheers, Chris.
Well done, Dad. Thank you.
I'll send the bill on.
You send the bill. I'll make sure the accounts get it. They say the debt you owe your parents, you pay on to your children. I've got a very big debt. We're Hayley and Chris. We're a family of 5 and we've bought a 2-bedroom cottage that sits on the edge of a woodland. This house was an absolute state. We've made it livable and now we want to make it bigger. So we've got planning permission. It's time to start. Some wellies. This is very slow going and I can't really explain how hard this is, but it's so heavy. This thing doesn't budge an inch. I've said how many shovels and spades have broken in the last 2 years. It's like any sort of work like this, they immediately go. This thing, get this, I'll put a link in the description. Awesome. So basically that digging went on week in, week out, and while I was away at my job, the walls would collapse and tons of clay collapsed. This is how much collapsed. You can see just how much of the clay collapsed. I've dug this out. I'm going to form this side up as well. I think you might be able to see the slop I'm working in. I don't know if you can see. I'm absolutely covered in clay. So I decided to dig everything out that had collapsed and build forms. These forms had to hold about 25 tons of concrete, so they needed to be really strong. So I go to my building book. This is how I did it. So vertically, I had 2B3s going every, I think it was 3 foot. I made the bottom, the spike, cut just a 45-degree angle on the bottom of the 2B3, and I hammered these into the ground about 2 foot. Then I had 5 2B3s going across this way. Where it went to the clay wall again I made an angle, I beat them in sideways, and then they were all screwed here. And then on top of this, I had big sheets of plywood. I crossed my fingers and hoped that it would hold about 20 tons of concrete. I've got a bit of a deadline, which is freaking me out, because if I don't get this done pretty soon, I won't be going on holiday with Hayley and the kids. I'm just fighting against it. What I've realised is if I'm going to do footings again, which hopefully one day I will, I need to take 2 weeks off of work and just get it done. Anyone who's doing anything like this, especially in clay, I think I would advise putting forms up straight away and just reinforcing the forms everywhere. It's been a big lesson. It hasn't put me off, but I'm pretty exhausted, I'm not going to lie. Cutest thing when I work outside, Ashley comes and lies down next to me. Here's a few pictures of the progress of the forms. At the end, here's the heave guard and some rebar I had to put in. I understand technically what the heave guard is supposed to do, but when you've got 2 meters of concrete, you can't see that this 50 mil does that much, but whatever. It's building regs, so I have to do it. Come on, you beauty. We've had a bit of a delay and the pipe was blocked. It was all a bit of drama, but it is coming. It's coming like you, Hefner. How'd you feel, Dad? Amazing. Nothing's breaking. I'm sorry, but my immature mind. It's just, it's too funny. I didn't know what it was going to look like, but that has made my day. I don't want to tempt fate, but I'm gonna. Have you heard any creaking, Dad?
No, no creaking.
No creaking, that's all I'm going to say. There is going to be... Yeah, I've taken half a rainforest. I mean, the carbon emissions just from this wall alone. I'm sure you've noticed that week by week I have been losing my hair. And that's because week by week I've been so stressed because I've been repeating myself doing the same job over and over again. But it is done. We have got concrete all the way around there, and these forms that I built them on my own. They did not creak. We had zero spill, nothing spilled out, nothing broke. It is absolutely stayed intact. 2 meters of concrete going around. It's going to be like a fortress. And the hilarious thing is, the concrete is nearly as deep as the walls will be high. Because we had some left over, I knocked up a quick form and we started on the pathway. I can honestly say I am broken. Dad's exhausted. Are you exhausted, Dad?
Hello?
You exhausted?
Raring to go. Just started.
Good boy. There we go. That's where I'll get it from.
Muddy face.
Is it muddy?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
And boots, muddy.
Muddy boots. I am muddy. I'm filthy. Feeling pretty I don't mean to blow my own trumpet, but toot toot. My ego is going to grow immensely in the next hour. I'm going to become unbearable. No more coming out here every day, pumping the water out because it's flooding. No more. Just no more. Thank God my dad said, I'll come up and help you, because I wouldn't have asked him. I just would have done it on my own. I just would have carried on. And that would have been too much for me on my own. Too much. So thank you, Dad. Thank God. Thank God. I dodged a bullet there. I know what I need to do now. This is what I was just thinking.
Cheers.
I can't even open it. My fingers are hurting.
Yeah.
Can you do it? My nails are killing. Gone all funny.
Yeah. Wash your hands, get that smell.
Cheers.
Cheers, Chris.
Well done, Dad. Thank you.
I'll send the bill on.
You send the bill. I'll make sure the accounts get it. They say the debt you owe your parents, you pay on to your children. I've got a very big debt. If you like the episode, hit like and subscribe. If not, as you were, I'm going to get smashed.